Hey, welcome to Screenplay Junkie. My name's Drew Helmick, and I love screenwriting and everything there is about movies. But before anything makes it to the screen, it always begins with text on paper. So if you're a fellow addict of film and storytelling, join my brothers, Matt and Brian, and I as we take a look at various types of screenplays, short stories, and other source material that were crucial to the creation of the stories we all love. There will be spoilers, though, so I do recommend being familiar with the title that's being discussed. Sound good? All right, then let's get started. Welcome back, fellow story addicts, to Screenplay Junkie episode 65. Drew, Matt, and Brian here for the second installment of the Fright Fest miniseries.
I'm in my Halloween costume already. I'm ready for the 31st. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it for the rest of the week.
It's the 11th. You're gonna wear it for 20 days. That's nearly 3 weeks. That's disgusting.
Hey,
at least you're dressed as a zombie, so at least by then you'll probably smell like one for sure.
Exactly.
3 weeks of not showering.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pretty cliche, man.
Makeup.
Pretty upset by your costume.
Gonna let it get dirty. Really fit the character. Okay. So just like Heath Ledger did it. You really just got to get in character before you go shoot.
Heath Ledger. Yeah, but then he died.
What does that even mean?
Then he died, Brian. Jesus, that was dark. Don't go that far into character. Gee,
okay, that wasn't mine. I was just saying, let's put on a role. Let's get in character before.
He got really into being the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. That was my go-to there.
Well, then he died.
Okay.
So don't die. Okay?
R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
If he's a zombie, he's already dead. So
I know it's Halloween. There's spooky shit going on, Brian. But don't go dying on us. Okay, we don't need that.
No, don't do that. Hey, guess what, guys?
What?
No, you don't know?
No,
not even the slightest idea of what I'm trying to get you guys to guess.
No.
We've been doing this for 2 years.
Holy shit! Is today actually the 2 year?
About.
I thought you were just going to say, we're not doing Cabin in the Woods today.
It's been 2 years.
I thought that's what you were going to drop.
Wait, we're not doing Cabin in the Woods today.
What, are you telling us that you read the script and read the movie?
I read half of it.
Yeah.
And then I stopped reading it because you said we weren't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it again.
We pivoted.
We're going to do it another time.
We're going to do it another time.
But yeah, that's pretty amazing. 2 years. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Time flies,
65.
man.
No, dude, for sure.
Yeah. Ooh. So since we've been doing this for 2 years, I just wanted to talk about some reviews that we've gotten. We don't get many reviews, which is okay, but if you want to leave us a review, that'd be really awesome and nice of you. But let's read the 4 that we've had. So the first one is from username Stool with 6 L's.
Stool.
And he says...
Maybe, is that like in relation to poop, like stool?
Probably.
It might be. Because
I think so, yeah.
It's a pretty poop review. Because it says, insert trash can emoji here. Don't waste your time.
Okay. See, I have this one printed and framed in my bedroom. I wake up, I see it, I read it.
Your motivation.
And I'm like, you know what, Stool?
I'm going to show you, dude.
I don't like you,
Wait,
man.
so is it the trash can emoji, or did they type out with words and letters like insert trash can emoji?
He must have.
Well, at least they put that effort in. I mean, so there's some level of caring because they could have just gave us the trash can emoji.
Is there?
I think he may have an Android and he doesn't have the trash can emoji.
Yes.
Oh.
So he was like, hey guys, if anybody wants to insert.
So he was like,
trash can emoji here. Like I have an Android.
Oh well, then in that case, forget this person.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, but we don't want it, dude. We don't want it.
No.
And then next we have from Ernest T. Bass 11, and he says, good stuff for movie lovers. These guys clearly have a passion for what they do and have fun doing it. As a movie lover, they deliver with interesting facts I never knew about movies I love, and they compare early screenplays to films, which is cool. Don't listen to the one-star bums who probably sit at home and don't have the guts to do something creative with their spare time. Overall, nothing out there like it. Great show.
Thank you, Ernest.
Thanks, man. That was nice.
That's Andy Griffith, right? Or our guy from Andy Griffith?
Ernest T. Bass.
Is that?
Yeah, Ernest T. Bass.
That was a long one, though.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
It was much longer than the other person was just like, here, trash can. That was way longer. That was better, though. Much better.
Yeah, thank you.
More positive. Thank you.
And then the next one we have is from the Descent podcast. If you remember, this was from our guy, Mikey P. Jr., who requested us to do Upgrade. And
And he said, these guys compare and contrast screenplays with its respective film in such a compelling way. It's filled with interesting facts, personal opinions, and brotherly banter. As someone who reads a lot of screenplays, it's awesome hearing about the ones I haven't read. Highly recommend this podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, again, that's nice, man. We appreciate that. We like to see that. We like to know that people out there listen because sometimes you just have no idea.
I would also highly recommend this podcast. I'm not biased in any way.
Yeah. Also his podcast. His podcast is cool, so I would check that out as well, the Descent podcast. And then the last review that we have on iTunes is from HavenZBW. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering your username. But this person says, fun, educational, and hilarious. These guys are so much fun to listen to, especially as a movie lover myself. I don't know why that dude reviewed this as trash, because that is the first thing from this podcast. Definitely worth the listen and the subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's two other people have looked at the trash guy and been like, "You're trash." I like that. There's like some.
It's funny. We're
like,
getting back. They got our backs, man.
Yeah, there's like shit talking going on in the comments section.
What I take from that, I think we're doing pretty well. We're above 50% with good reviews.
We are above 50%.
So I think that's
we're 75% good review right here.
I think that's pretty good.
I'll take it. I'll take some more good reviews too.
Yeah, if you want to leave us a good review, if you want to leave us a bad review, I mean, hopefully you don't want to do that, but leave us a review. We would definitely appreciate to hear.
If you want a
thoughts.
bad review, just show up at our front door and then say it.
Okay.
Well, don't just be giving out your address now, kid.
That would not be good.
No way.
Yeah. Especially if you're not going to shower for the next 3 weeks because no one's going to want to smell you.
That's the whole thing.
Yes. So I know we already mentioned it. We're not doing Cabin in the Woods. That's what we said we were going to do at the end of the last episode, but we decided to audible. We got a little busy. Maybe one of us got a little busy, myself, with some other nonsense. But I just was not prepared. I was not prepared to read and watch, and yeah. So we audibled to do the Netflix original film Hubie Halloween,
which just came out. Yeah, it just came out
on the 7th. Yep,
it's very topical.
It came out on the 7th.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice. Solid. Perfect. Relevance.
Yeah, that's what Brian was just saying. It came out 5 days ago.
Oh, okay. Great. So, yeah, we decided to do that. We are going to be doing the Cabin in the Woods still, so if you were interested in listening to that episode, just hold tight. We're going to do it. Yeah, so let's just get into this. IMDb for Hubie Halloween. Is that what we want to do right now?
Yeah, let's get it. So, it came out on October 7th. Today is, if you're listening the day this has come out, is October 12th, so it's been out for 5 days. It's done really well on Netflix so far. I think it's the #1 streaming thing on Netflix right now.
Actually,
really?
No,
it's not.
Haunted of Bly Manor. Bly Manor.
It's the #2 streaming thing on Netflix right now,
which is still pretty good.
I would say, yeah, it's amazing. Thanks for correcting me too. I didn't even fact check that. Like I
knew that when
we
watched. So.
All right, well, good. I'm glad someone was paying attention. It's got a 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb. It's got a 50, I believe, on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, that's pretty relative.
That's average, right?
Yeah.
And I looked up this Forbes article earlier that was saying that this movie's done really well for Sandler. According to critics, it's one of his highest in his last 10 years. This one's done better than other ones, and it's been compared to just a classic kid friendly kind of PG-13 sort of 80s 90s kind of feels Halloween movie. So it's been received really well, and that kind of I don't know. I guess all of us are kind of shocked by that after watching it because we can just say here none of us really cared for this movie. But I'm going to go ahead and read the log line because
you were saying that was from the eyes of the critics.
Yes.
Oh, I'm actually a little shocked by that. Maybe shock's too powerful of a word. But
in terms of the business side and the critics, this movie's done pretty well so far, which is surprising too because Brian has a little nugget of knowledge we're going to drop in a little bit.
A golden nugget for us. Yeah.
I want to get to the log line. Here it is. Despite his devotion to his hometown of Salem and its Halloween celebration, Hubie Dubois is a figure of mockery for kids and adults alike. But this year, something is going to bump in the night, and it's up to Hubie to save Halloween. Wow, something's going to bump in the night. Watch out, guys.
Yeah,
really? That was the log line? Something's going to bump in the night?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like that
something
log
line.
It's super vague.
I don't, yeah.
Well, I mean, the plot of the entire movie was pretty vague, too.
It was.
So I guess the log line is accurate. It's accurate in that aspect. This movie was written by Adam Sandler himself and Tim Herlihy.
Yeah.
And just to name a few other movies that Sandler and Tim Herlihy, or Herlihy, however the hell you say it, have written together, it's The Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, okay,
Basically everything.
Billy Madison, Mr. Deeds, Little Nicky, like all these movies.
Okay.
Probably
These guys have done together.
They're just writing partners for their entire career.
And then the director, Brian, his name is Steven Brill.
Yes.
What movie did you say he directed?
Little Nicky.
Yeah, Little Nicky.
Heavyweights.
Yeah, Heavyweights. This guy's done also The Mighty Ducks, like
Yeah, some cool stuff that we like.
For sure.
a bunch of like good movies. So it's kind of surprising that they, made this product, which, again, none of us are really big fans of, but
Sure.
it's the number 2 streaming thing on Netflix, though. Hey, everybody's watching it, though. Everybody's freaking watching it. All right, so starring in this movie is Adam Sandler, obviously, Kevin James. I mean, he's got his typical
Good cast,
all his
for
cronies, his typical cronies.
Yes.
Julie Bowen, Ray Liotta, Steve Buscemi, Rob Schneider, Maya Rudolph, Tim Meadows, Shaquille O'Neal with a pretty funny little cameo. Honestly, I enjoyed that part. Kenan Thompson, Ben Stiller was even in it for a moment. And even Sandler's wife, Jackie Sandler, was in it trying to act once again.
Why not?
His
and
kids
his kids.
again.
Oh, yeah, and all his kids. Don't forget
Why
his
not?
kids.
Get him
Throw 'em in
involved.
there. And Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things was in there, too.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well get your kids some paychecks from Netflix while you're at it, right? You might as well. I don't know how much money they made this movie for, but I do know that Adam Sandler signed like a 4-year deal to make 4 movies for $68 million a pop. So it's like $240 million range to make 4 movies. So he made around $68 million to make
this one,
to make Hubie Halloween. Yeah,
wow, dude,
like that.
Jeez. Okay, it's a little unsettling.
It's a nice payday.
No,
Sure.
by all means.
Good for him, I guess.
So really no trivia on this one at all. But the only thing that I did find after reading it, I did have a good idea of maybe hearing it before. Maybe Matt, you said something previously.
Yeah, well, I remember bringing this up to you guys because I heard an interview and I was just like, wow, he said he was going to make a really bad movie. And then now here we are.
Thank you, Matt. You took the long line there from me. But apparently he was in an interview with Howard Stern, and he said if he doesn't get any recognition, any Oscars, or any nominees for Uncut Gems, which is pretty good, like a complete opposite side of the spectrum of Sandler for us.
True.
Then he was going to make the worst movie ever. And apparently this is his next film from Uncut Gems. So is this the terrible movie that he
purposely tried to make? I mean, he wrote it himself, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I find it hilarious that this one's critically and it's been received very well and it's very popular because he may have tried to make this purposely bad.
I don't know.
And it's done better than he thought it would. Could you imagine that?
I just find it hard to believe. I want to, maybe a little bit of me wants to believe that he was actively trying to make a horrible film, but at the same time it's just really, dude, you really wanted to make a bad movie? I feel like a lot of his movies are bad. So
I feel like
it's just a common trend.
Yeah, so
true.
I feel like all of his Netflix movies, he goes in knowing oh, this is going to be bad, but $68 million though.
Yeah. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, but my question is, if Netflix is putting this out, if they're successful as far as viewership and they make the money that they need to make, then during the production process, when they're looking at the script, they're like, wow, this is awful. We need to make this better, you guys, before we give it to the public.
I guess
that's what I'm questioning.
Because Netflix is behind it, they're not just going to let them totally
do whatever you want.
Bring out a piece of shit. Yeah, you're right. That's so true.
But I mean, still, if it's a Sandler movie, you put him out. This dude's been putting out movies for 3 decades, and I'd say he has a lot of really bad movies, and with his name attached to it, it already gets views.
Yeah,
and money from it. So
he's an icon. Yeah, honestly,
sure. I just want to say, because that's it for trivia, right?
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, other than just little minor stuff, but we touched base on the cast.
We kind of said the crew that you normally see in Adam Sandler movies. In this one, David Spade wasn't in this one.
Okay.
Chris Rock, I feel like he's in some stuff with him, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is the second Adam Sandler Happy Madison type movie we've done in the last month and a half, because we just did that. What was it? The Last Missy or the Wrong Missy?
The Wrong Missy, yeah.
Yeah. Strictly a movie review. We did not read the script. Even if we had the script, I don't know if I would want to read this one.
I don't want to read it. Brian, do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, if it was a picture book, I'd read it.
Exactly.
Some cool
if it was
cartoons,
a picture book.
yeah, some stick figures, maybe.
I mean, I kind of do want to read an Adam Sandler script just to see how he handles it, but yeah, we're not reading it this time.
That is true. I would like to do that as well.
Yeah. So let's just start off with talking about who is Hubie, Adam Sandler's character. Who is this guy?
I feel like, first of all, it's just like a bunch of characters he's already played combined into one. Where it's
Bobby
like the
I
Water
agree.
Boy and like, you know, Little Nicky and like all little aspects of his other characters kind of just rolled into one,
Yeah.
right?
Basically, yeah. A lot of recycled traits here, characteristics.
Yeah. But
sure.
the character, like at least in the film itself, he's like a boy who cried wolf, right? He's always reporting things to the cops.
Yes.
He's like safety first, literally walks around in a helmet, it seemed like at times.
Yeah, true.
He has a thermos. How about that thermos?
Literally a Swiss Army knife.
Swiss
plus-
Army thermos.
Yeah, Swiss Army
With
thermos.
soup. And it could have soup.
Yeah, it made no sense, dude.
I mean, it
Totally
had it all.
cartoony.
Had a grapple hook, had a flashlight.
I actually enjoyed
Had a
that.
candle.
I thought at parts like they actually played that pretty funny. But
Yeah.
at other parts it was
A
also really
speakerphone, a megaphone, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'll go both. It was stupid but kind of silly at the same time. That's about it.
Which, like, stupid and silly at the same time. Like, how about the fact that everywhere this guy went, like, people bullied him. It was, like, bullying was, like, a theme of the movie, it seemed like, which was addressed at the end, which we'll talk about later.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, people were just throwing objects at him. And, like, at one point, there was, like, a microwave, right, being thrown.
Air conditioner.
Like,
I
Like
don't know.
tuba.
It started with, like, eggs.
Everywhere he
yeah.
went, yeah, it was just something getting thrown at him.
And it started off, I guess, kind of funny, but, like, the repetitiveness of the joke, I guess.
What do you call
got-
this? A
got
running
old.
gag, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
sort of...
Like a slapstick running gag.
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
And
Like-
just, when you know what's going to happen, it's not funny anymore.
Like sometimes you saw people throwing stuff, other times it was him just riding his bike and stuff was coming his way and he was dodging it, so you didn't know who was throwing it. I will say out of all this, like, yeah, it got like super ridiculous and stupid. I was actually like yelling at the TV, like, where is that coming from? This is dumb. But the funniest part of this gag was probably when he's in the wilderness in the woods and like some bears were throwing stuff at him.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's pretty good.
that's when you're getting mad at it and you're like, God damn it, it's the same joke. And then boom, they have bears, like grizzly bears, throwing objects at him, and it was hilarious.
Yeah,
So
that was funny. Yeah,
and that's what this movie is, honestly. It's a bunch of groaning and moaning because you're like, oh, it's not that funny. And then boom, it'll hit you with a hilarious moment. But there's only like 3 of them.
yeah. I mean, he also had an annoying voice. We already said Waterboy, Lil Nicky type stuff. But
Exactly.
I
the
felt like
voice in here-
sometimes it was. I wish there was like subtitles. I feel like I missed like a decent amount of sentences of what he was saying.
I saw a lot of that in the
I agree.
reviews. Yeah, a lot of that in user reviews were saying, oh, I watched with subtitles.
I agree, dude. I sometimes I didn't,
didn't know-
understand what the dude was
yeah.
saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's also like what his role is. You said this already, but he's a self-proclaimed monitor who rides around town on Halloween night to make sure things are okay. That's basically like who he is. And he's a total.
Monitor.
He just gets afraid of everything, man. Like I don't know if he likes. Do you think he likes Halloween?
Yes.
I don't. He does. Okay.
Yeah, he's just a child.
Okay. Because
that's
I
what
didn't
it
know
is.
if he liked it or not. Because he got so afraid of everything. Yeah, I was really confused.
His
with that.
own Halloween decorations that he probably put up. He was terrified.
Yeah.
of.
So what's the plot of this movie?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Like, honestly, so like the movie starts with it just, okay, it's Halloween. That's spooky, right? Okay. You know, most Halloween movies take place on Halloween.
Right.
That's a given.
Yes.
Someone escapes from a mental asylum or something, right?
Yes.
Okay. They're coming to this hometown. So it had very Halloween type feels, right? Where it's
Yes.
like Michael Myers.
Yep.
Ooh.
Right.
But then you find out that person's not even bad. Like pretty
Yeah.
early on, I feel like.
Yeah,
And-
it was pretty silly.
And how about the fact that no one even died?
No deaths in
No,
this
no
movie.
deaths in this movie at
Nobody.
all.
So like what was really going on? Like, honestly.
I mean, it's just like, I guess the hero of like Hubie being the most disliked person in this town. He's trying to help out. Some people do like him, some people don't. Like, and then the ending of, oh, this is be nice to everybody, basically, and then he becomes the mayor of Salem. I don't know. Like, then I don't understand.
Well, I mean, it's pretty funny because I remember we were watching this and you were like, can we pause this movie just to see how far we're in? We were like
Yes.
50 minutes in. We're like, nothing has happened.
Yeah.
What is this movie about?
That was exactly the comment.
There has been
Yeah.
no
I was-
inciting incident that has like, catapulted this story in full swing at all.
Because I thought this was actually going to be like something scary. Like, weren't we saying earlier on?
Yes,
I thought
that's
so.
what I was
Maybe,
because I
like,
saw it was
this supposed to
PG-13.
be-
Yes, thank you. I thought this was PG-13. I was like, oh, that people.
I
are
want to see
gonna
some
die.
guy's head get chopped off.
Well, okay, that's not PG-13.
PG-13,
Whoa.
true.
Yeah, you've been watching too much Walking Dead or like, too much Game of Thrones or something over
Yeah.
there. But PG-13, I was like expecting someone to die or like something to be killed or like
Yeah.
seeing something scary. Was anything scary?
Right.
No.
No, there was nothing scary about this movie. They were really pushing some jump scares with some
Yeah,
stuff. I mean,
for
the
sure.
only person who got afraid was Hubie. That was it.
Pretty much.
As an audience member, I don't think so. Going back to just the plot, I think the two things that they were dangling in front of you where, of course, the mental institution escapee and
Werewolf, I guess.
and the whole werewolf thing, that he's like tracking down a werewolf, and then those two things just were complete, just like eye candy, essentially.
Red herrings.
Yeah. Just
They were red herrings.
Just
Yeah,
nonsense.
They were just trying to throw you.
I guess like at least successful for this movie was like I had no idea who the masked killer or person taking these people away. Like you had no idea. Like I guess that was like the only. I was like, who is this person? Who could it possibly be? Like.
Well, that's the third thing they gave you, was that because these people just start disappearing, they get like flung, into the darkness by a person wearing like a triangle mask.
It seemed very paranormal because they were like blasting off into the darkness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Getting dragged.
yeah. So I mean, I guess we can just fast forward to the end until we figure out who it is.
It's his mom.
Oh, guess who?
It's totally like a Friday the 13th
85-year-old
type thing. Yeah, it's like his old ass mom apparently. Getting back at the bullies of her son.
Yeah, which was kind of, it's just like, so that means that she's following him around all night, an elderly woman.
Yeah.
And then just overpowering these people. Like, I don't understand. Because when these people get flung into the darkness, it's like superhuman strength,
yeah,
dude.
it's crazy. It looks like, to me, it was like a ghost. Like,
for sure.
It's only something like a ghost could do. So that made no sense to me.
Because they never explained that. They never explained how the mom was capable of doing that.
No, why would they? Why would they need to?
Yeah, you don't have to, dude.
Adam's like, what do you mean, $68 million? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah. So you find out at the end because there's like these it's basically the three main people that bully him throughout this particular story. And they're all like bound to wood,
which
with
I
some
liked
wood below them
because they're from Salem, so it was like the Salem
witch trials. Yes,
let's burn the witches like that.
Yep.
I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Wanted to watch him burn.
Oh, you wanted to watch him burn?
Well, I like the way
I
it
didn't
looked.
say that.
Oh,
Yes.
you were rooting for them to die, Brian? Jeez.
No. Hey, if
Let's
they're
start it.
bullies.
Yeah, so
Brian,
they don't die.
anti-bullying. Yeah, they don't die. That is true.
Well, because the mom puts the gasoline at their feet, lights a match, ready to light them all on
Oh,
fire.
what does Herbie have?
Hubie.
Oh, geez, Hubie.
He's got some soup in his thermos, like a little drop.
Right, and he puts out the fire.
Yeah, on the match.
He's a hero.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
Yeah,
great.
but the better part though was the following part where all the people that were tied to
speech.
these stakes had to basically apologize to Hubie and said why they made fun of him and bully him.
Oh, that was
and
great.
it was really just because they don't like themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really heartfelt.
One guy was
moment.
bald,
Yeah, he was bald.
so he was jealous of Hubie's hair.
Yep, so true.
The woman, I don't know, something about sex that made no sense.
Ray Liotta's made zero sense.
Because he was like, I'm dumb. He uses big words. Hubie uses big words all the time, and I don't understand.
His character was
I was
so
like, what?
pointless in this movie. Ray Liotta, his character was so stupid.
I know.
Like he must have read his lines and been like, okay, so how much you want to pay me that much? Really? He's like, really?
I'm in.
Okay.
What was that commercial that he was in? The cigarette commercial.
Jantex.
Yeah.
I put on this patch, and I've never want. I never want to smoke again.
What was the kid? The kid who he worked with at the deli. What was his problem with him?
I don't know.
Did he say? I mean, at the end, I kind of was just fading out. I was not paying
I
attention.
think he just said he liked to call him Hubie or whatever
Puby.
instead of Hubie.
Sure.
I think that was it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe something at the deli because that's where they both worked.
Okay. Well, I don't
know.
They all get saved. None of them die. And then the mom just disappears. We have no idea where she went because, again, she's this elderly woman who's super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it, man. So, I mean, what do we think this movie did well, if anything?
I think maybe visually, yeah. I mean, it was cool.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Netflix
As
spent the money.
as
They're
a
Halloween,
Halloween,
the money.
this town looks sweet. I want to be a part of it. The parties, the
Everybody had
haunted
cool
houses,
costumes and shit.
Yeah, it just seemed like a cool.
So, the set
Halloween-
the set scene design?
For sure,
Yeah, totally. I agree with that.
It was awesome.
I wish I could think of anything else, but I think that's it.
That's all I got.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't got anything else.
So what did this movie not do well?
Oh, the writing, obviously.
Of course.
We're just saying, we're complaining about the plot.
Yeah,
The movie was just boring, man. Like
It
we
was
said
boring.
earlier, we paused at 50 minutes in, and we're just like,
What is
how
this
much-
about?
Well, we didn't know it was 50 minutes in. We were just like, how much time has gone by? Because we were so disinterested at that point because we didn't
Yeah.
know what the hell the movie was pushing towards.
Yeah, right. Totally. Yeah, I mean, on the other things we've already said, it was just an annoying movie. Lots of stupid slapstick type jokes. I mean, sure, did we
I like
laugh?
slapstick.
But
Yeah, we laughed.
But we found ourselves laughing. We did. We're
Yes.
not going to sit here and say we never laughed. We laughed at this movie, but overall, it's just bad, man. Just bad.
I mean, for $64 million, come on.
You can do better.
That's really what I'm kind of sitting on over here. It's just like, dude, like if you're getting paid that much and like this is what's coming out, like
you can do better.
I have a thought like that I'll save for final thought, but
yeah, sure, totally.
I mean, yeah, you could do better, basically.
Yeah,
it had the
100%.
classic moments, like you just said, Drew. Like we did laugh.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Not a ton, but there were definitely moments where we all burst out laughing, and it's just like, if they had actually had like a plot that made any sense at all whatsoever, then I feel like this could have been so much better.
Yeah. And again, we already mentioned this a little bit, but just going back to some Sandler movie homages to bring those more to light was in the beginning, of course, with Happy Gilmore. They had that Ben Stiller character who runs that like nursing home with Happy Gilmore's grandma. So it was kind of, I don't know, funny, silly, kind of
in
just
terms of
dumb
the plot,
at the same time.
That made no sense because the guy was harmless. Rob Schneider was harmless.
I mean, this
he
was
had a bed full of
He was
jello.
just like a gay
I didn't
werewolf
understand
or
that.
something, right?
Yeah.
Or no, he thought he was a werewolf. Was he? Were they?
I don't
werewolves?
know.
No, they were not werewolves.
They weren't werewolves?
I think they were just loonies.
I think they were loonies.
I don't know.
Him and Rob Schneider and
Buscemi.
Buscemi.
Just the whole Ben Stiller thing though was like, it was like, remember this character, remember this guy, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Then the water boy.
It's a good way to suck you in the movie because you're like, I remember that. I'll watch this for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
I mean, we said this already too. The water boy, just Sandler's voice, the mama boy type thing.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of character.
Just like Sandler's love interest from like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. I want to say he does like alliteration or VV.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name in
Vicky
the movie.
Valancourt, Virginia Venet.
Yeah, okay.
All those. What's the other one?
I
Veronica.
don't know. I don't know what Vaughn. I don't know
Veronica
why
Vaughn.
he always does that. I don't know why he does that.
What was the name of this one? This was something Valentine. Her name was something.
Yeah, something like
Valentine.
that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Wait, who cares?
Violet Valentine.
Okay. Yep. That. See the VV. I don't get it.
I don't know. They're getting worse. That one, I'm not buying Violet Valentine. It doesn't really sound real. I feel like he's running out of VVs. And I'm sorry, Adam. Like maybe pick another letter to go back and forth.
Some are memorable bullies in this one. Billy Madison. We got the O'Doyle family. I guess
Right,
it lives
yeah.
on, even though they slipped on a banana and flew off a cliff.
That's right.
But flaming poop bags again, and Billy Madison.
Yeah, true.
Those were
They're
here.
all weird, just like I don't know, running gags and jokes that he has in
Hey,
different
let's
films.
reuse a joke that worked 20 years ago.
Again, it's just
$64 million.
It's just showing. It's just saying to
30
the
years
people.
ago.
It's just saying to the people, hey, remember this? This is what we used to do, and now we're just going to put it all into one movie.
Yeah.
And
$68
then
million.
yeah, and then some other horror movie homages that we noticed that kind of eased their way into this or may have been influenced. Were we said this already? Halloween, with the beginning of a guy breaking out of a mental institution, going back to a certain town and walking around in patient attire with a creepy mask.
Just Rob Schneider, though.
Rob Schneider, yeah, he did nothing in this.
He had bad hair.
Kids wore Scream masks, from the movie Scream, the ghost face type stuff. Here's another one that we were kind of thinking about with Hubie maybe being influenced by the Jim Varney character Ernest.
Right.
Ernest has done a lot of movies, but the Halloween horror comedy that he's known for is Ernest is Scared Stupid from the 90s.
Yeah, just having a main character who's just like total goof and is like friends with kids.
That's funny because I remember this now because remember he like comes in to talk to the police cop who plays I forgot his name.
Kevin James.
Yeah.
Right.
He literally comes in and they do like a bit where he's like in different costumes.
Yes.
That just reminded me of the
Total
Jim Varney
thing.
Yeah.
Scared
I
Stupid where he does that
can
stuff.
see that for sure. Mm-hmm. And then Matt, the Friday the 13th thing that we said earlier about Hubie's mom wanting to kill those who harmed her son, just like Jason Voorhees' mom.
Yeah, that's totally what they were trying to allude to, I think, at the ending there.
I mean, I'm sure there were others, but those were the ones that stuck out to us the most. I mean, what do you guys think? Do we got anything else for this? Or no? Okay.
I just want to know what happened to Hubie's mom, like electric chair.
Maybe she was a witch.
Did the cops just shoot her on sight?
Yeah,
later
that's actually
that
not a bad
evening?
idea.
I'm really confused.
Yeah, she
by
just disappeared.
her demise. I mean, she cannot have just gotten away. She wanted to burn people alive.
Yeah, seriously.
She's sick.
in
She
her own
needs help.
backyard.
She needs help.
She needs a lot of help.
Yeah,
Lots of it.
help walking.
Yeah. And now I need help after this movie. I'll go first with my final thoughts here. So, yeah, I mean, you've probably already gathered from us talking here that this is a bad film, in our opinion.
It's killing it, though.
I'm sure there's people out there who like it. If you like it, that's fine. It's totally okay. I was kind of upset, with this film. I don't really know what I was expecting, though. But the writing stinks. The characters are boring. The message of bullying at the end is pretty shallow and quite cheesy, in my opinion. I like horror comedies. So that's why I was looking forward to this one.
Do you like bullying?
What's
Sounds
that?
Like you're like pro
You're
bullying.
pro-bullying over
You're
there.
like the message was cheesy.
Well, how they
It was,
approached
though.
how
Totally
they approached this like anti-bullying stance was just kind of stupid.
It was so
Yeah.
stupid. I'm just making fun.
Like, there's better ways to do it. Like, whatever.
it was so dumb.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. But overall, I mean, dude, these Adam Sandler movies that are being pumped out need to stop.
On Netflix?
In my opinion. Yeah. But, I mean, hopefully after whenever his contract ends, they're like, yeah, we're done, dude. You're not getting renewed. But I don't know. I feel like he's made a lot.
I feel like he's
a
got
lot.
dude.
I feel it's been more than 4, dude.
So no, it was 4 at first, and then now there's another 4
Great. Can't wait.
on the way. So I think this was the one of the first. So
Dude,
there's
we're gonna
be
get
3
like
more, maybe?
Hubie holidays or something. It's gonna be Christmas
Hubie
version.
holidays. Oh my god!
The alliteration
pretty
continues.
Don't Adam Sandler. Please don't hear this because you just
I'm sure he's an avid listener. He was probably Stool that left us
no.
that bad review.
dude. If you gave him that idea, he might actually give us money. We should give him that idea.
Oh no.
I'll
Hubie-
take
Hubie
64
holidays.
million from you.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, there's a Grinch in town. The
Get out of
Grinch.
here, dude. Anyways, let me just.
That was my Hubie voice. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate because I didn't understand what you were
Yeah,
saying.
because you couldn't hear me.
So it's gonna be like 8 Crazy Nights or something all over again.
No.
Great. That's actually a good movie.
I like that
I
movie,
like
too.
that movie.
Anyways, Hubie Halloween, dude. Horrifying. I can't even talk. Horrifyingly stupid nonsense that is overall unbearable to watch.
I know.
My final verdict is I give this 1 out of 5 moldy maggot infested smashed pumpkins.
Wow.
Wow.
Smashed pumpkins. I kind of like trailed off a little bit.
Well, I like that part.
Yeah.
That's a good band.
But
So
a
1 out,
whopping
of,
one.
1 out of 5, dude.
Anyways, I'll go next, Brian.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
I wanted to be scared. That was my big.
So did
thought-
I.
Yeah, you
It's like,
guys.
really?
So did I.
were-
It's like you made it PG-13. I feel like I was duped by that. I feel like I was duped by the PG-13 rating.
It was a Disney original, man. Like it was like, let's hang out.
The only reason it was-
TVG.
The only reason it was PG-13 was because they made a boner joke like twice.
Yeah, it was
And
pretty
that was
stupid.
it. And it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
Oh, well, some parts it was, but as it kept going, it got pretty dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed because I wanted this movie to be scarier and
I agree.
obviously more funny. So yeah, probably don't waste your time. Brian, what do you got?
I mean, holiday. It's a holiday in season, October. If you're having people over, having a party, you're sitting down. I don't know, throw it on in the background. I feel like having that.
Oh, yeah.
on, like
Oh,
don't
yeah,
don't sit
totally.
down how we kind of expected it. We're going to be scared. We're going to be horrified. I'm going to have to hide underneath the blanket or something.
Nope,
I don't know.
none of that.
None of that. I mean, start out with the good. Like again, the scene, the sets, costumes, all very cool. My favorite one was like the headless. I don't know his name of the actor, but like it looked like he was carrying his own
yeah.
head. Like
Right.
cool costume. Note taken if I ever have the time to make something like that. By all
Yeah, I
means.
agree.
I don't know. But yeah, just hearing the whole 64 million, man, it really turns me off. And it's just like, I feel like this is a movie and other movies that he has. It's just like, I'm Adam Sandler. Like I kind of can just do whatever the fuck I want.
I think
Basically.
you hit it on the nail right there.
I think
You
yeah,
know,
dude.
and it's just like,
That's
dude,
pretty
like,
much it.
like why? That's my question. But hey, if they're getting made, Netflix is pumped, people are watching, people are liking, I guess by all means. So I'll give it a 2 out of 5.
You give it a 2?
Yeah.
What? Are you serious?
Because visually, and you know, I'm always, I'll say it again. I say it every episode. They tried, you know, they went out there.
You give him a try card?
and they made
Participation
something.
trophy, Brian.
And they made something, all right?
Oh, okay.
Jeez. You'd make like a great t-ball coach. You'd be like, "Hey guys, we're gonna go out here and try." Meanwhile, kids that can't even hit a ball
yeah.
off a tee.
You'd make a great president of a company that's that's closing
failed.
down, that
Yeah.
owes like, you know, a shit ton of money, and you're like, you know what? We tried.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I know the best movie, or the next movie that we're going to be doing is way better than this one, so
Good.
looking forward to that because
Yes.
this was kind of a headache.
I just wanted it to be good.
So
That's
did I.
all.
I really wanted it to be
wasn't
good,
asking
too.
much.
I
Adam
wanted
Sandler. I wasn't asking much, Adam Sandler.
I think we wanted to be scared, man.
I wanted to be scared.
Yeah, so-
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, I mean this is a Halloween movie, like scenery wise, but overall, I will never consider this as a
Should have been on the
movie.
Disney Channel.
There's some
be
good
real.
Disney original Halloweens.
So would you guys watch it again?
No,
No.
Okay.
no.
Yeah, that's a resounding no. What about you, Brian? Would you watch it again, Mr. 2 stars?
No. I
Okay.
wouldn't. Yeah, I'd give it a 2, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Yep. But you'll give him a participation trophy.
Exactly.
All right, that's Hubie Halloween for you. No matter what platform you're using to listen to us, I want it to be known that we're available on iTunes, YouTube, and Spreaker.
You can also find us on Instagram at screenplay_junkie. If you like our content, please be sure to follow our channels so you can stay in the loop with new episodes and quick movie reviews. Feel free to give us a rating or drop us a comment on any of these mediums. Any feedback or interaction is greatly appreciated. Got any scripts you think we should read or movies we should review? Shoot us a message on our Instagram or email us at screenplayjunkie.show@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. On the next episode, we'll be taking a look at the 2007 Michael Dougherty Halloween film that interweaves 5 different stories into one that stars Anna Paquin, Brian Cox, and Dylan Baker, Trick or Treat. Thank you for listening. We hope you can join us next time.